Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Escoffier Online. My name is Chef Caesar. Today I'm going to show you how to make a few edible garnishes. As you all know, we eat with our eyes too. So anytime you go out to a restaurant, before you even taste the food, if the food looks beautiful in the plate, it's like half the battle. You want to try what it tastes like, and making it pretty. It's very important. It's part of the chef job, not only to make it taste good, but also to the appearance as well. So the garnish is something that really tops off your dish. It's something that is part of the dish. It enhances the appearance of the dish. So we're gonna start with making some few garnishes. It's gonna be very basic today. So you guys gonna see that it's very simple to make them. So I'm gonna make a few of them with some cheese, some tomatoes, some carrots. I got some green onions. You guys probably see me do some of this already in the studio before, but I'm gonna start with making a nice tomato roast here. I got some nice Roma tomatoes here, and it's nice, and you want to make sure it's nice and firm. The skin is not damaged or anything like that. So you want to have a nice tomato. So I got my paring knife. I got some of my tools over here too, and I'm gonna be showing you guys. I'm gonna be using them throughout, the whole show. So I'm gonna start with my tomato. I'm gonna start peeling from the bottom here. You only want to peel the skin off. Be careful not to go too deep into the flesh. So you want to kind of go around like this. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I can stop. So you want to go around, and like I say, don't take too much flesh, but just kind of go underneath the skin. And these are very simple to make. I mean, I don't know if you ever try this, but it goes really nice in a nice, beautiful salad. If you guys want to use tomato rolls like this, okay, you want to make it kind of wavy too. So you want to kind of move your knife like this. You see, and be careful not to cut this peel off. So you want to have one piece from one end to the other. So be careful not to cut it off, otherwise my roast now and it looks so beautiful. As you can see, I'm just basically turning the tomato and go underneath the skin, very soft. And these knives are very sharp. These knives are razor sharp. So you should have one of this at home, like a paring knife. Even a bigger knife will work. But this paring knife are really nice because you're making delicate cuts, and they're that's what they're for. Okay. Oops, I almost. Okay. Over here, you can cut it off all the way, or you want to use this as a base. I want to use it as a base, so I'm going to cut off like a. Oops, never mind. I won't be able to use it as a base anymore. So now that we have our peel here, you want to kind of twist her around. You can see. Like this, kind of fold it in. Okay. Now you have a nice tomato roast here. Really simple to make. You can take a little. Got a nice leaf from a radish here. You want to tuck this underneath here so you don't see where the end ends. So there's one. Okay. I'm going to just make a second one because I want to leave it attached so I can see how you can lift it up and be nice and high. So I might go a little quicker this time. As you guys can see, this is very fast to make. Once you get practice, it's very easy. One time I had to do almost 800 flowers for I used to work when I was younger, beginning of my career. I was working for a chef and there was a big banquet, so I couldn't believe I had to do that many. It was like really surprised. I'm like, are you serious? And it was like, yeah. So you know what? Actually, I enjoy doing this. Some people not so much because they're like, you need to have a lot of patience when you're doing this. But I used to love to do this when I was working in the industry as a chef. For Mother's Day, do the buffet, the brunches, do like the centerpieces. I'm actually going to be making one of those for you guys, showing how to do like a tree with pineapples. You know, now that we have a lot of graduations coming up, it might be handy if you guys want to try something like that. Okay, now this one I left it attached. You can see to the top part of the stem. So I'm gonna roll it around and be careful not to cut it. So, okay, look at this. It's gonna be a little higher because I have the piece of tomato left attached. Okay, you wanna pull it in nice and tight. And then you wanna, okay, kind of tuck this underneath. See, this one looks a little better than that one because I left it attached. So look at that. And I'm gonna put a little. And you can make this a day before and put them in the refrigerator, cover them with some plastic film, and spray them with some water, and they're gonna be nice and fresh. So look at that. This looks a little better because it has a little base, so it stands up a little higher than the one I accidentally cut up. So I'm gonna put this aside over here, my tomatoes, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do maybe some carrots too. Okay, got a nice red carrot here, and I'm gonna make. I had to make almost 100 of this, carrot flowers. So I got my paring knife here. I'm gonna make some another flower to here. So I'm gonna kind of go on a 45-degree angle, kind of go down. I want to use my bird's big knife. This nice knife. Go down, but don't cut all the way. Okay. Make the second one. Okay, this. Okay. Okay. Be careful. Now I'm gonna cut it from here. Okay. As you can see, this is a little tiny one. So this is what it looks like. So I'm gonna put it in my some water here so they get nice and crispy. And I can make some other ones. Okay. So I can go up again. Okay. As you can see, my knives are very sharp. And once you get higher up, you can make more petals. I did, I think, 4 for that one or 5. But you can do more. Once you get a little higher up, it's a little thicker, part of the carrot. Okay. Okay. When you yank it off, be careful not to cut the petals off. You can see, kind of opens up like this. Then cut the base off. Okay. I'm going to take them out in a little while. Also, I got this other tool over here. It's called a carrot curler, and it looks like a pencil sharpener, but it's not. And you can make some nice curls and make some nice flowers. So I'm going to strip peel my carrot here to make it real nice. And you don't have to have all these tools. I got more tools because I like to play around with them. But you can make them with just a knife and a peeler. To be honest with you, it just makes it a lot easier when you have some tools to go a little quicker. But honestly, you don't have to. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do a nice yellow carrot here too. But if you want to buy one of this, they're very inexpensive. They're not, Amazon has them, and you can buy them for very cheap. I can even save these things to make a nice garnish too. I mean, you can do so many different things. Okay, as you can see, it's like sharpening the pencil. See? Look at that. And one thing too, when you put the carrots when they're cold, they're gonna bend sometimes, So if you wanna have some nice and straight cuts, you can leave them out on the counter top for a couple hours so they come down to room temperature, and that way they don't kind of break on you when you cut them, because when they're cold they're kind of really crispy and the fibers are very stiff, so that's why they break. Okay, so I got that one done. I'm gonna do a yellow one here too. This one's a little bit too skinny. I wish I would have had one of these tools when I had to make those flowers. I had to do them by hand. This is called a carrot curler. Look at that. Okay. I'm actually going to save this little piece right here. This is going to be the center of my my flour. Okay, so I'm going to do this over here. As you can see how it kind of curls. It's really easy. So you kind of fold it like this. Look at this. Okay, you got another flower like this. Look at it, beautiful. The same thing with this one. You see the petals? I mean, this is something simple, but you have to have a lot of patience with this, to be honest with you. So, okay. Okay. Do you want to make a little base with this? I can do this. Okay. Make a nice radish here. Scoop it out. Okay. Oops, that was a little bit too big. Here's my little melon baller here. And we can use this as a base to stick the flour in there. Okay, and it will stand up really nice. So you can put one of these things in there too. Okay. So there goes another one here. I also got some green onions here. I mean, you can do so many different things. I'm gonna make some little curls from some green onion tops here. These are easy to make. Maybe you've seen this too, like some flowers to it with some the bottoms. Okay. These are so easy too. You just wanna julienne into very thin strips. Okay. And when you put them in cold water, they're gonna, you know, curl up. Okay, be careful not to cut yourself. Okay. Any questions so far? You guys are very quiet today. Okay, you can see this. And you can, you know, use this to top in maybe salad or sandwich. There's so many different uses where you can use all this garnishes, you know. Okay. I'm going to have a lot going on in my water here because I want them to get nice and try to keep them together over here. Okay. And this one's too. I'm going to cut them here. To make a nice flower here. Here. So I got a few there. Let's now I'm gonna make something different. I'll make little cheese cups here. I got some Parmesan cheese. You know this you've probably seen this already. I got some shredded Parmesan cheese actually here. I'm gonna, you know, put it in my non-stick pan to make a little cup. Maybe you can make a little salad. You can make it as big as you want. I got this little tiny one. Maybe you can use to put a little salad greens in there, or maybe use it as a serving dish for you know, salad if you want. So make some maybe some little crispy Parmesan strips for a soup. There's so many different uses and very simple to make. So okay. So you want to sprinkle some of this in a non-stick pan. You don't want to put too much. Let's see. Okay, it's going to start to melt right away. Let's make it the big one first, and then we'll make a little tiny one. We want all the moisture to evaporate. You're gonna see it's gonna start to get nice and crisp underneath, and then we're gonna, fold it over, tip it over here, upside down, and make a nice little cup. Take it off. I don't want to burn this. Okay. A little more here. This is a little more tricky to make because you want to get out of the pan before it gets hard. Otherwise, once it gets hard, it's going to be hard to fold. So I'm just going to kind of tip it over like this. Okay. Some of this is going to break, but that's okay. I should have made the big one with this one here. And I can cut, some of this. I can probably use it for something different too. Okay. Now we're going to let it get hard. Okay. And this you can cut up into little strips, I can make a real one, so. That's good. I mean, you can do so many different things, as you can see, and it's very simple to do. So, put this to the side here. That one's going to get hard. Once it gets hard, we can tip it over and kind of, bring it back up. And do whatever we want with that. Okay, I'm going to try to make little twists with this. This one gets hard real quick, okay? So you can see now, you can see the little cup like that. It's already formed. So that's really fast. If you need to, make a bunch of them, they're easy to make. I'm gonna try to tip this over like this. Try to do something different with this because it gets hard right away, so sometimes you have to work really fast. Try to twist them too. Sometimes you might burn your hands, but sometimes it's really hard because the cheese gets really it gets hard very fast. So when you try to do this, it has to be done very quick, making a nice twist like this. So see if this one works a little bit. Okay. All right, so enough of that. Get back to some of my vegetables over here. Okay. Okay, so I got a few of those. Now I'm gonna make some. I got some nice strawberries here. I'm gonna, you probably see me do this in nice flour. This maybe for a fruit plate or whatever you want to use it for. Also a salad. It's really easy to make. So you want to kind of get the biggest ones and set it down on the stem part. And you want to kind of just cut it in a 45-degree angle and kind of open up the petals like this. Don't push too hard because they're going to break off. So you want to be careful with that. They're very delicate. Okay, so you can see that. And just continue to turn it around. Okay. Okay, look at that. Then we go to the second set, second layer. Same thing. With this, you have to have a lot of patience, as you can see, because you don't want to ruin your work. But it's very fun. I mean, I don't know. For me, it's relaxing when I have to do this. You know, it's really, I enjoy it. So, you know, it gets easy. As you can see, I almost broke that one, so you got to be careful. And this ones you don't want to put in water. You just keep them covered in the refrigerator, because if you do it in water, they're going to get really soggy. You don't want that. You only want to do like vegetables, but not, you know, fruit like this. Get all the way to the top here. And this could be a little time consuming too, you know. So this requires a lot of concentration. And there you go. Another one here. I'm going to put this in the water because it's kind of getting dried up. So, okay, we have a question over here.
How long can you make the program cups at a time?
Oh, the cheese cups, you can make them ahead of time, you know, the day before. You can, this will stay nice, you know, in a dry place. You don't have to put them in the cooler, but if you want, you can. Make sure they're, you know, they don't get any moisture, but you can make them ahead of time too, like, you know, even the day before. And it's going to be nice and then crispy, like this one here. I got a cucumber here too. I'm going to make little fans out of the cucumber. Let's see, I'm going to use my knife here. Cut a piece off here. Okay. I'm going to cut it in half. These are seedless cucumbers, as you can see. Okay, okay, now I'm going to start doing this here. Got a little angle here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to start at the end, but okay, I'm not going through all the way. As you can see, I'm leaving a little bit attached in one end over here. So we're going to fan it out. So we're going to, you know, like an accordion type of thing. So we're going to do this. Down. So we're doing some really, some simple stuff right now here. Okay. Now you can take it and fan it like this. Okay. You can actually cut it in half, make a few out of here. Okay. So, okay, open it up. Sometimes it's a little sticky because, you know, cucumbers, kind of stick together when you slice them, but, you know. There you go. Fans out like this. So, as you can see, it's very simple to do this little garnishes here. This one I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to make little curls here. I'm going to get my peeler. Okay. Now I'm going to cut this in half too. So don't make them too long.
morning, Chef.
Good morning. How are you today?
I have a follow-up questions on the cheese cup. How do
Okay.
you store them? And
Part.
will it work only on Parmesan cheese?
Yeah, this is Parmesan cheese. Yes, it's shredded
Only
Parmesan cheese.
How do you store them?
Oh, how do you store this? You can put them in a, on a sheet pan, and if you want to put them in the refrigerator, that's fine. Cover them up, seal them really good so they don't get any moisture inside, and they stay nice and crispy. You can also, freeze them too if you want, or leave them out, room temperature.
thanks, Chef.
Okay, so I'm making some of this. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna look at this. Roll it up. There we go. Got another one here. See, you can do so many different things. As you can see, it's really simple, and it's not, very hard to do. I'm also going to put one of those, maybe a carrot in here to make it a little more colorful. These are really tiny carrots. I wish I would have got bigger ones, but I couldn't find bigger ones for some reason. So when you have bigger ones, it's actually much easier to work with them. Because you want some big and white strips when you're doing this. Okay. All right, I was able to get one here. See. Yeah, these are too tiny. You don't have wide enough little strips to fold up in the center like this. But I'm gonna try with this anyways. You can stack them up different colors, and you can make, I'll try this anyways. As you can see, this is very detailed work, but it's worth it when you want to make a beautiful meal. It really takes a lot of work, Okay. Sometimes the cooking part is the most easy part to do, and all the prep that goes into, to make the dish. As you can see, you can put some like layer to them, and you can fold it like this. You can have different colors in there. So here you go, another one here. Okay. What else I haven't done here? Okay. I got some potatoes I'm gonna fry it up too. I made some julienne potatoes here that you can also make. Little pomfrets, little fry potatoes. I'm gonna do my oil going over here. In the meantime, I can make another ones here. I got some radishes here too. Actually, you know what? I got some peppers. I want to do some peppers here. Some nice flowers from peppers. I got some just red chilies here and some serrano peppers. I'm gonna cut the stem down here. And be careful when you're working with peppers. I like to sometimes when I make like a chicken tortilla soup, I like to make a nice flour from these peppers. But this, be careful because you don't want to rub your eyes once you work with peppers. It's not gonna be fun. So we're gonna have a nice red pepper here. I'm gonna use this little tiny one, and to make some nice flowers, we're gonna cut them just the same way we did the onions. Start the base. Okay. Cut some strips. Okay, as you can see there. If you want to wear some gloves, go right ahead. If you're brave enough to, make some of these flowers. Okay. As you can see now, we're going to put it in water, so it's going to open up really nice. And I'm gonna use this. This is serrano pepper. This is not very hot. Okay. And most of this you can make ahead of time. I mean, we do this type of work in the restaurants. You know, we don't just make them to order. We make a big batch, you know, to keep in the water like that. So we use them as we, you know, plate in the dishes. And so, you know, this the whole idea. If you guys want to make a nice dinner someday, you know, it's a good idea for you guys to practice your culinary skills and your knife skills more than anything else. Okay. So my oil's heating up over here. Any questions so far, you guys? Any of you try any of this before at home?
Yes, Chef, I've tried it a couple of times.
So what do you think? So it's very simple once you make them, right? I mean, once you practice a few times, it's not as hard as it seems, right?
No, it's pretty easy. You just have to watch your fingers.
Yeah. Look. I'm making a little spiral here with this cucumber. And I got a little tool here that I have, and this is really simple. It's like a little screw. You just kind of put it in there, and you keep twisting, okay? Okay, like that. See? But I'm going to show you too. If you don't have one of these tools, you know, you can still make it. See? And the tools are fun, but you know what if you don't have them? You can still do something like this. Okay, there you go. All right, see that? But you can also, you know, do without the tool. I got a little skewer here. You can put it in the center, you know, like that. Take your knife. You gotta go all the way down to where the skewer is and kind of turn it. See that? Kind of keep it at an angle, so you're not gonna cut the wheel off. So you're gonna, you know, keep. See? Look at that. I'm making the same as that, but without, you know, the tool. So you have your paring knives, all you need, and one skewer. You know, being a chef, you know, need to improvise sometimes. See that? Okay, so I got this as well. No. All right. I should have cut a little more, but you know, just to show you that you really don't have to have all the tools that I'm using right now to make things like this. You can do them with just, you know, a regular knife. Once you get, you know, practice, this is something, you know, very simple. So, okay. I also have radish here. I mean, you can a garnish could be as simple as just some real fine julienne of radishes. So I mean, there's so many different things you can do for a salad like this, and some really okay. You can do some of this radishes like this and just, you know, top, you know, whatever off. If you want maybe a soup as a garnish, maybe making a cold soup. You can use this as a garnish too. Look at that. You know, there's so many different things you can do. You can slice a very thin slice. like this. You can just, cut the center part and leave the one leaf hanging in there. Look at this, with just a little more color too. I mean, there's so many different things you can do with this. So it's really one of those things that, just think about. Pretty much anything you want to do, you can do with this garnishes. It could be some potatoes, some cheese cups, or some crispy cheese for a soup. I mean, there's so many different things that, like I said, you can do. And let's see if my oil is ready to go. I think it is here. I made this little potato cups. I made a little cube, so I kind of carve it out with my my potato ball, my melon baller. Scoop it out, make a little square. So this is something that you can also do. So I'm gonna fry them up here. Let me drain some of this. You can do some julienne potatoes too. Oops. I want to put too much in there. Any questions so far, anyone? Nobody? So I'm gonna start putting some of the stuff in the plate here so you guys can see all the stuff I did. As you can see, this one's get nice and crispy once you put them in the water. Okay, use a base here. Keep an eye on my potatoes. I don't want to burn them over here. I want them nice and crispy.
Very nice, chef.
Well, thank you. See how my onions got nice and curly over here?
Yes. What is the shelf life of this, chef?
All these vegetables, I mean, if you keep them in water, it can stay for a couple of days in the refrigerator. All of them, if not longer.
Just plain water, no salt?
No, just plain water. You don't want to put any salt in there.
Thanks, chef.
Oh, you're welcome. Anybody else has any questions before we, I'm going to start putting all this together here in a little bit so you guys can see. This one got a little bit twisted, so look at that. Kind of got a little hard, but it's kind of hard to make them like that because the cheese gets hard right away. So you have to be really quick and fast when you're doing those twisted cheese.
You make this all look so easy.
Once you practice, for quite a while, it becomes very easy, to be honest with you. And these are very simple. They're not really, hard to do at all. I mean, these are the simple ones. I don't want to, do some complex stuff because I want you guys to try this first. And then once you feel comfortable doing this, you can try different things. I got some nice fried potatoes here. Even my little potato boxes are working out. Look good. Look at that.
You know, Chef, YouTube has some fantastic carvings that people do.
Yeah, I go there and then look too. There's a lot of videos out there that you can do so many different things.
I've seen you carve your watermelon, and they do all kinds of things like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love doing this kind of stuff. I enjoy it, and some people they don't. I'm telling you, you have to really have a lot of patience because you don't want to try to go quick because you can. You got to take your time. And you can see I got a little more julienne here, radishes. As you can see, there's so many different things you can do to enhance the appearance of your dishes. I mean, it's okay. Now you can see my little potato box I made here. Put it like this here. I can put some of this inside. Maybe you have a steak dinner or something that you want to also put some of this over the top. It's really easy. Look at that. I think it should cook a little longer. But
My only regret, Chef, is that I should have learned this while I was doing my culinary course.
well, you can still go back and do it. I mean, you can go back and try this anytime you want. I mean, it's not because you can go back still. Look at that. So you can do something like that. Any other questions out there? Okay, I want to show you the peppers too. They're kind of coming along too here.
Super nice, Chef.
See that?
Super nice.
Thank you. They should stay in the water a little longer. If you leave them overnight, they're going to open up really nice. Like, next morning they open up all the way down here. So it's going to be like a really nice flower. But I'm going to, keep them like this here. So I want to thank you, all of you guys, for being here this morning. I wish I could have done a lot more, but, time is an issue here. But, I hope you guys get to try some of this at home. And as you can see, it's very easy. It's not very, complicated to do this. As long as you have some patience and you practice a little bit, you're going to come up with some really beautiful stuff at home too.
Thank you, Chef.
Oh, you're welcome.
Chef.
Oh, take care of yourself, guys. I see you guys in a couple weeks.
Okay, Chef.
Okay, bye-bye.